Hey guys, this is John Broussard. Hope everybody's having a good day. Live free at your life. Out here getting that walk in. Man, it's a beautiful day out here. Just want to show y'all. And look at that beautiful sky. Beautiful weather out here. They say it ain't spring. Yeah, I went and got a couple errands done this morning, and man, I don't know about our industry here. And I'm not trying to be negative, but I give thumbs up to where it's due. But our medical system, it is a good system when it's done right. But we're getting such sloppy work here in the U.S. Especially our medical field, it's such a mafia ran, and it's all about money and overcharging. And some of the symptoms that I came up with as I got in closer to my 40s, I was 28 when I got psoriasis started coming on. I didn't understand it, never had it, and then some other things in life that came across. But when I got to start seeing medication on insurance and getting into the assistance program sometimes, and then you get to see what the real prices are and stuff, and it's sickening. And the way the system is being abused in corporate. I was taking a medication one time, and it was they were charging insurance about $400 for a 30-day one pill supply. I was getting wholesale for about $15. That's the sickening thing about it. We're all having to pay for that. My psoriasis, there's what y'all probably seen, it's called Skyrizi, and on TV. I've taken Humira before in the past, and it didn't do real good. And these assistance program, one is called AbbVie, I think that's how you say it. You go through there, you got so many hands that are in the pot with that. Everybody making money off. You got to go through this phone call to that phone call. You got to get tuberculosis. Make sure you don't have any tuberculosis with psoriasis shots, or they won't give it to you. But what they're doing is, insurance companies will fight you because it's so expensive, and you got to have extreme cases. Insurance is so high anyway. If you got top tier insurance, you're probably still going to have a hard time getting it. You got to have extreme areas in the private spots where there are. And so like Skyrizi runs about $75,000 a year for that medication. It clears your skin up, and it does a good job of it. But Jesus Christ, man, I mean, we're not talking about liver pills. We ain't talking about heart pills. And so I go to the clinic, and I need a doctor to sign off on it because it's an assistant program that they'll help me get the medication. And I'm not for that system that they have in these other countries. What do they call that? It's all healthcare system. It's all for everybody, and it gets into your taxes. The more you get government involved with anything, it's a scandal. It's a joke. You look at any government, most of the time, they can't take care of. It's corruption in it. And that's where the private sectors need to get involved with that. But we got Medicaid and all those medical government programs that are all involved. Now you got to have 3 or 4 different insurances on top of insurances. Everybody's making money off of it. Medication. And just like Trump said, the U.S. pays 4 times as much money for medication. That's ridiculous. And that was going to be, Trump was going to do that the first go around when he first got in office, but everybody was bucking him, even his own party. Crooked mother SOBs. You can't even get basic care and government. The health care system, that's what I'm thinking about. I think that's what it's called. Canada has it and all them other ones. And they won't even work on you. If you get to the point where you're sick, they're not going to even spend no money on you. There's a lot of lies behind it and stuff. They try to boost it up. But ours has gotten so corrupted here, they're charging us 4 times as much which makes a lot of our insurance go up. And old big boy Biden, he said that, ding dong Biden, he said he was going to fix it and his party was going to fix all that. Psh, it's like Obama. Obama promised that everybody was you're going to keep your own doctor. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Nothing ever happened. It's like Obama, hell, before he got done with it, hell, we had to spend $1,000 a year because we didn't have insurance. People forget that, you know. Democrats promise a lot of things and they don't come through with them. They just get your vote. But I guess we got to guarantee you this right now. All these illegals, they all got top tier insurance. They ain't worth a dime in this country. And they getting VIP, living expenses, all that stuff. Yeah, that's right. This party right here is in charge. And just passing it out like candy. And forget the Americans. And but Trump was gonna, that was the first thing he was gonna attack, and he tried to, if people will remember, when he first came in office, and we would have had it done because that sorry ass SOB, John McCain, that snake in the grass like the many other ones were, that he's the one that did this, like that, downvote. He didn't want it. And so he screwed us all out of that. Another one of them suckers has been there, and he used that POW junk to get his little passes around there to everybody to feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for POWs, but not those POWs. That's what Trump pissed him off and said something about that, because he knows he's a phony. So we could have had a healthcare system already kind of fixed and started getting that price to come down, which we would have paid less insurance and all that. But thank you, Mr. John McCain, thank you, man. I really appreciate you. You know, you sorry ass mother piece of shit. I don't say rest in peace for his ass either, because they sellouts. A lot of them are Republicans have been in there for years and years, playing both sides of the aisle. There's a bunch of them in there like what is that old Lindsey Graham? Yeah, screw you too, buddy. We all know you phony. Always running up there to the camera trying to get his 2 cents in. He was bumping Trump when he first came in. Mitch McConnell, screw you, man. You screwed a lot of American people over. He's gonna step out. He needs to be put in jail. So anyway, so I'll go up there yesterday to our medical system, and lady up front, she goes, sir, you owe us $35 for your copay. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, you saw such and such, and it says it on the computer that you. I said, so you gonna believe that computer? The computer's always right. I said, man, that was 2 years ago. I've been up here several times, and y'all ain't said a thing about it. Now you're saying something about it. And they're part of a federal program that they back charge the federal and get other assistance and et cetera, whatever. They're a private sector, but they take insurance and then they take non-insurance. And the reason why I'm saying this, they're sorry, because they bill federal full price for everything. That's their made-up prices, what they come up with, full price. That could be anything. And so I was taking a particular medication that Walmart had for $15. And this company here that I'm using, they were charging $175 for that same medication. That's the kind of system I'm talking about. It's so corrupted. So I have to go through this stuff to get Skyrizi. So I go to the doctor. Well, the first time the clinic in October told me that they couldn't sign off on it. I had to go to a specialist. I contacted Avi. Then Avi said that, no, you can have a regular doctor sign off on it. You don't have to go to a specialist. So they lied to me. They didn't know anything what they were talking about. They just went ahead and assumed in their mind, and they told me they couldn't do anything about it. And this Southeast Texas healthcare center up here that's a private sector, they got 2 doctors running like 6 or 7 facilities, and they're charging full prices for all these little nurses and that are not the actual true doctors and all that. They're charging full doctor prices back to the federal. And one of the doctors is out right now, so you got 1 doctor for like 6 facilities. And they're piggybacking off their licenses is what they're doing. And so I go in there, I pay my extra $35 that they said that they believed. And I said, ma'am, what about the other person? How do you know 100% that I didn't pay for it and they just forgot to put it in the computer? Well, the computer says that. Well, no shit, the computer says that, but how many times the computers let you down? And my point of it is I done been up there several times and nobody said anything about it. But well, we sent you 10 letters. I said, no, ma'am, you have not sent me 10 letters. And if that was the case, I'd have paid for it. But they will believe that computer that will let you down every time that other secretary could have made a mistake and I paid for it and didn't put it in the system. But they're automatically going to believe the computer. And so I went ahead and paid it. And it's just the principle of the thing. So I go back there, and I told them what I need. I need y'all to sign off on that so I can get my prescription, because some of my psoriasis is coming back. Well, I want to go ahead and get it because the program, I can go ahead and get it now. I don't know when they're ever going to shut the program down, but they want to go ahead and get it. Well, I could, and I'll get 1 year. Now, I've done the change through my eating and all that, doctoring that up and eating better, and my psoriasis is not coming back near as bad. Just like the doctors have lied before, said you'll always have this, it'll never get any better, you'll always have to be on medication. So I'm saying, these doctors and stuff, and these clinics, they're not for help for us. They won't tell you what the real thing to really fix it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the medication now while I can. I hadn't had it in 2 years, and it's coming back, but it's coming back very slowly, and it's barely coming back. But just in case, I just want to go ahead and get it. And they're going to back charge federal and all that and get their $75,000, $100,000 from it, which it's just a couple injections. It's stupid. It's way ridiculous price. And I have to go through this because my insurance won't pay for it. So I go in there, talk to the doctor, and doctor says, yeah, no problem. We'll sign off on you and stuff. And I said, hey, this 8 months or 3 or 4 months ago, whatever it was, in October, I said, they said y'all couldn't do it. And now y'all can. So that's the problem is people don't know answers. If you don't know it, then go get it. Ask somebody or something, but they'll just rattle it off real quick. So once I got done with that, then I said, ma'am, I got my tuberculosis blood work done. I have to have that in the package or they will not, because it takes a month to get all this stuff set up. Once you send it to them, you got to go through a bunch of phone calls, and it's a nightmare. But it's worth it, more or less. But it shouldn't be that hard just to get something. So once I get through that, I told her, I said, look, I got to have that tuberculosis shot. Is it valid, being that I had it done in October? And so we get done with her filling the paperwork out. I filled my paperwork out, and they took my application, kept it, because they had to put the doctor's number on it just like electrician license, master license, anybody's license, and saying it approved it. So I get up to the counter and I asked her again. I said, am I going to have to get that tuberculosis shot or blood work done again? Is it still valid? Oh yeah, you need to go ahead and get that done. And I said, well, do I need to come in? Do I have to schedule it? Oh, you can come in any time. I said, okay. I said, well, she goes, oh, well, wait a minute. She goes, that person don't come to only twice a month to this facility. So come tomorrow and do it. And I said, okay. So do I need to eat? Or, you know, some of the blood work you can eat and some of you can't on a fast. And she goes, oh, don't worry about it. No, that's fine. Tuberculosis shot is fine. You don't have to worry about that. So, okay. So I get there, come back tomorrow to get it done, which is today. Get up there. The blood lady's in there getting blood work. And I said, ma'am, are you making sure? I'm just making sure. I said, you're doing the tuberculosis blood work, right? Oh, I don't know. Let me check. You're going into the room and you don't even know you're a blood person. You're taking the blood work and all that, and you don't even know what you're taking. And they got stickers and stamps and all that stuff they put on there to code it. And so once I get that done, or when she comes back and she asks the question, she goes, oh no, they said the tuberculosis was fine, you didn't need it. Now see, the day before that, they told me I had to get it done. And then, so she didn't know the answer, and she just went ahead and assumed for me to come in to get it, or somehow, wherever it worked out, now I'm just going in there and getting blood work today. So I went and got the blood work done. I was going, man, y'all don't know from what the left hand and the right hand's doing. And so I get up to the counter. This stuff has to be turned in. It has to either be mailed in or faxed in from the doctor, or I have to mail it in or fax it in. So I got, right before I'm fixing to leave, they're relieving me. I'm waiting for them to reply back to me who's going to send the information, y'all or me. Nothing. So I go up, they said, you go ahead and leave. And I was like, all right. I went up to the counter and talked to the lady. I said, what are y'all going to do? Are y'all going to fax it? Or I'm going to fax it? Because this stuff's got to get done now, because it takes about a month for processing and all that. Do you want us to do it? Well, I'm coming to y'all. You know what I have to go through, the steps to get, because AbbVie and all that is everywhere. They deal with that program all the time. So you were going to let me go back home and just forget about it, instead of dotting your I's and getting that job done. I said, ma'am, you have to do it or I do it. So this is what I'm talking about. It's just sloppy work. And so I said, give me a copy of that stuff so I can have it in my file. And then she goes, well, yeah, I guess I need to give you a copy. And so she printed a copy off, and then she goes, well, let me go up there and fax it. When she goes up there and faxes it, of course, it takes them 30 minutes because the fax machine is not working right. So they had to reboot it several times. You know, that's what I'm talking about, technology. They're going to believe technology, but we have so much problems with them. And so she gets the faxing done. I said, ma'am, can you give me a confirmation that fax went through and they got it? And then I have it in my paperwork that everybody got it. But I have a copy too, a hard copy. Man, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's when you go in those places, because they don't know for their head from their ass. And it's like you're pulling stuff. You better have your game on and did the investigation work before you get there, because trying to get anything from them is like pulling teeth. And man, they're making shitloads of money. And I mean, some of these people are making over $100,000, $200,000. Something, I'm an electrician, an HVAC guy, and I've never made that kind of money. And I risk my life every day when I go into that stuff and deal with it, and the outside elements and the sun and the chemicals and all that. And they just sitting there, la 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 la, you know, just ain't. And and our work is getting sloppy, man. It's pitiful. There's no pride in it no more. And but when you do get a hold of somebody that's on their game, and then I mean they're dotting them T's and dotting them I's like they used to do it, it ain't like that anymore. It's pitiful. And so anyway, I got up there at 12. I finally got home at 2. At time you dealt with all the BS, but yeah. I'll tell you what, I just yeah, the way things are going, I mean, I better take care of myself really well. I mean, eat good, and that's why we're talking about going off-grid stuff, growing your own stuff, and you know, pesticides in them and stuff like that, because I'm proving it right now with that psoriasis stuff by changing that eating habit and stuff. I still eat good, but having less of them chemicals in my body, it's not coming back as much. And I think eventually, as I keep working on it, it's going to get rid of it. It's in the food. There's a little girl in there, and she was probably no more than 18, 19 years old, and I kind of heard her conversation going. Man, she's having all kind of female problems. Her eyes are getting black. They're giving her pain meds and this and that. I think she had some problems with her period or something. And she, hey, it's fucking up them little girls' hormones and all that shit, and all the side effects of prescription and the chemicals in the foods now. And I think Barbara O'Neill one time that she said that I was listening to one of her shows and stuff. You ever get a chance, man, she's a good one to follow. She'll open your eyes about the industry, about proper things of eating and stuff. And she said that supposedly back in the day, the young girls and stuff that go on their periods and stuff, their cycles and all that stuff, back in the day, until they were like 16, 17 years old. But now you're getting them where they're having periods and all that at 11, 10 years old, 12 years old. I remember even going through school and stuff, some of them girls where you could hear them and stuff talking, and they started their period at 12 years old and all that. And I didn't know that they went that far forward, but that's all that shit that's in our food. And but I mean, it didn't mess my day up, but it's comical. I mean, when you start paying attention to this stuff, it's not that you're looking at negative stuff all the time, but the professionalism is getting bad. I mean, it's just people can't remember stuff and they don't write it down, or it's like you got to babysit them. And like I said, man, you better eat right and all that, take care of yourself, because you start relying on that, our medical, man, it's something else. But anyway, that's done. And got that out of the way, so that's already submitted in after I had to babysit them. But another day in the jungle, as they say. Anyway, I just want to kind of share that with you. Maybe y'all have some problems like that when y'all dealing with stuff. Or I got a buddy that's got, like cholesterol and stuff. We got some of these young guys or young people taking cholesterol pills at young ages and stuff. There's something wrong with that. It's in our body and the consuming. I ain't a doubt in my mind it's our food. And these sorry suckers, they know it. They approve all this stuff. FDA, it's not even FDA approved. How you believe the FDA worth of crap? They don't look out for us. They're getting paid to slip that stuff through there. But anyway, if y'all have problems or comments, something like that y'all have issues with and stuff, I'd be interested to know. Put them in the comments and I'll answer them. I check my comments every day. And anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. I just want to share that with y'all. Love y'all. Y'all be careful.